the fifth Sunday of Lent. The gospel is from John chapter 1, or chapter 11, 1 to 45. In this passage, the story is Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. It's important not for us to confuse this story with the story of Martha and Mary in the Gospel of Luke, because in Luke's story, Lazarus is never mentioned, and the two women act differently than they do in this gospel passage. The story of the raising of Lazarus, whose name means God has helped, appears only in this gospel. It's the seventh and final sign performed by Jesus in the gospel, and it points to Jesus' impending death, and seven is the number symbolizing fullness or completion. It's also a miracle story. Today's gospel is a highly developed and lengthy miracle story. It has three parts. It's the description of the problem, the report that Jesus' friend Lazarus is ill, the healing word or deed, Lazarus come out, and evidence that the miracle took place as onlookers see Lazarus come out of the tomb still wrapped in burial bands. The purpose of the story is the fourth evangelist's way of dealing with the question confronting his community and his church. How is the death of believers to be understood and faced? The answer to that question is Jesus' resurrection and the experience of the believers who wrote the fourth gospel. And so, in a sum, the story centers on beliefs about life and then also about death. The story of raising of Lazarus has more to do with Jesus and us than with Lazarus himself. By raising Lazarus from the dead, Jesus showed that he has power over death and life. The raising of Lazarus is a new statement about life, and it says, "Do you believe this?" Jesus asked Martha. He asks the same question of you and me. Sometimes we spend our whole lives grappling with the mystery of Jesus bringing life out of death. Jesus comes to us as he came to Martha and Mary with an invitation to believe that his death and resurrection have meaning for us in the messiness of our own daily lives. The gospel then challenges us not so much with our belief in Jesus' resurrection as in believing that our daily dying to self is already a sign of life that we are given and an indication of the fullness of life that we will receive at our own resurrection. Have we, like Martha and Mary, come to believe? And so I leave two questions with you this coming week. What are some of the unhealthy attitudes towards death that you and I have and need to let go of in order to embrace the resurrection? And secondly, are there any people in our own lives who, like Lazarus, need to be raised to new life? Amen.